Feed me. Feed me more. Feed me more. Good evening. Happy Tuesday night or possibly a Wednesday morning where you are listening from. I am the big guy Ryback with another Feed Me More Nutrition Live, guys. And have a lot of fun here. The final hours of the evening Pacific time, hooking you guys up with cool random deals. And tonight, I want to give you guys another free product with your order. And I'm curious, of all the Feed Me More nutrition products, maybe what product tonight I should give to you guys for free. I have one in mind that I think is going to be a big hit. I did this a long time ago with this product, and we had a lot of sales. I think it depends on the product because I got to be able to do the product cost, and I'm pretty good with knowing what everything cost off the top of my head. So we got a pre-workout. I got that sitting right here, the Wake Up Unlimited Energy, mango candy, pink lemonade, and green apple. Thank you, Jonathan. The big guy sale, that was a hit last night. That this is why I'm doing this. These are very good. They work, and it's cool to give away free products because what happens is people use them and then they become usually consistent buyers. Not every time, but more often than not, especially when the products work. I'm thinking, guys, what about a free bottle of the Shell Shock Extreme Fat Burner, our #1 bestseller? Do we have people interested in the free bottle of Shell Shock tonight? The Shell Shock Extreme Fat Burner is $34.99 normally. Seems like we got ourselves a hit right here. I'm pretty okay. Yeah, this is so. What we're gonna do then? Free bottle of Shell Shock tonight. I just got to make sure. I had a feeling this was going to be a hit. I had it ready to go. I had a few of them ready to go based off of. I had Wake Up in here, and I had Shell Shock, and I had one other one that I thought, but we'll save that for another day. So what we're going to do is a free bottle of the Shell Shock Extreme Fat Burner tonight on feedmemore.com. All you got to do, though, guys, you got to spend minimum $40 on the website prior to shipping. All orders that do not meet that requirement are automatically canceled in the system. So you have to spend a minimum of $40. Put this in your cart. Use discount code FREESHELLSHOCK, FREESHELLSHOCK, Free Shell Shock, and this will be deducted 100% free. One bottle per order, guys. Limit one use per customer for a free bottle of our Shell Shock Extreme Fat Burner. All right, there we go. And I will put that into the descriptions. That is active. It's ready to go. And that will end at midnight Pacific tonight. Do I prefer beta-alanine or the beta-alanine is in the Wake Up Unlimited Energy. And I don't believe, I can't remember. It's in the Pumplex City as well. It used to be in the Finish It BCAA before we moved to the pump formula because the BCAA was loaded with too many ingredients. But yeah, I do. I'm a big believer in that because it increases anaerobic performance. That and creatine together is. I just started today doing 15 grams. Move the seat up a little bit here. 15 grams of creatine intro workout with my Pumplex City. do some questions with you guys. I'll mention the code a few times during this video. As always, guys, we're doing the free mask and the free beanie with your orders. And if you don't want the free bottle of Shell Shock, we do have our January promotion. I'm giving you 20% off with discount code January20. It's kind of my way during COVID to keep sales going, to keep prices down. We're doing a lot of different things, and I read a lot of marketing books and I try a lot of things. Another thing I'm going to be doing, I listen to a lot of Grant Cardone. Grant is a great salesman, and I believe when you're selling good and you do good, Grant talks about doing things that other people don't do, giving people, more value. How can you get people to buy from you, especially when you have a great product? They go, he's talking to me. I know I have great products. I want as many people buying them as possible. So one of the things, and I'm really curious on your feedback on this, is I'm getting wrist straps made with the Feed Me More Nutrition Hungry logo, nice and big on them. So I'll be getting wrist straps. And we'll be selling them on the site as well, but also doing a free promotion with those eventually once those are in. I got the gym bags coming. Like I said, I got new white Feed Me More Nutrition face masks coming in. So once we run out of the black, or once we get down to a certain level, I'll leave those just for sale, switch them out with the white ones for the free one, possibly with another item. Eventually, we'll be doing free shaker bottles again when I get the mass production of those in. And so I'm curious on items that you guys would like for free from like workout accessories that I'm able to kind of get and mass produced and put the company logo on. And I'm more than happy to give away free gifts if you guys are buying the supplements. There will be more Wake Up Unlimited energy flavors as well. Yes, it's just a matter of words. I've scaled wide, and we got to fill in a little bit. Even that one, we do have 3 flavors on with the mango candy, pink lemonade, and green apple. I've always wanted a blueberry, something with that. I do think another flavor that seems a lot of people like the sweet tea. So I was like, man, if we could do a really good Wake Up, or even the BCAA, or preferably both, in a sweet tea flavor with the stevia and 0 calorie, I think that would be a big hit. So yeah, see, blueberry, I think like a blueberry ice, blueberry crush. I don't know, something blueberry though. Blueberry icy. I think a blueberry icy would be a hit. If you have a slow metabolism, Jasper, I would do the free bottle of Shell Shock and try it tonight. I would order the Wake Up Unlimited Energy, and then maybe throw in I'd buy a wristband or something, or a workout towel to get your order over $40. Or you can buy the Wake Up and Shaker bottle combo, which gives you the shaker at a discount as well. And then add this to your cart, and then use discount code free Shell Shock and try that stack together. I think you're going to see a positive difference. And that's, again, assuming you have a proper diet. And I'll tell you guys, oftentimes, and this is a very common thing. I have friends I talk to, we joke about it and I've gone through this before. This is why I know, is when you sometimes start taking a fat burner, especially something that's really good, you in your head think, oh, I could eat worse now. So it's almost like you're giving yourself a free pass to eat whatever you want. And the problem with that is you're eating like an asshole, and you're putting your calories so far over. You might not actually even gain body fat. You might just stay the same, which this is actually technically working, but you don't see a difference in your physique. So you go, oh, this doesn't work. This sucks. And it's like, well, no, Skip. Maybe you're eating a bag of Doritos and Funyuns before you go to bed, and falling asleep with a fudge sickle on your chest and your whitey tighties. Like you gotta be realistic with yourself. So if you follow a proper diet and use this, I think it would really add value. What's good? Good to see you guys. Thank you for joining me. Hello. Good to see all of you guys. Terry, yes, we still have the peanut butter pieces and the fruity cereal in stock. They are dwindling down, the numbers on those. And once they're out of stock, I will no longer be selling the grass-fed whey proteins. It was a moral decision that I made. Seeing the treatment and being vegan now for going on 18 weeks, and seeing the treatment of farm animals and with cows and learning about the dairy industry and the cows being raped and the cattle being the way that they're taken away. And when you see the pain and agony in the animals' faces, and even though the whey is the highest quality whey available, being grass fed, the torture is very real. So I was contributing to the problem. And by stopping, now you may not think one person stopping is going to make a massive difference, but if enough people do that and people change their habits, and I'm doing the plant-powered protein, and one of my big things is if I'm going to offer a replacement, and I told the manufacturer this and the people I work with, I go, my current clientele is going to want a protein that tastes, because these taste amazing. And it took a few tries, but we got it right. And I don't think the customers are going to mind taking a complete protein, which has all the amino acids like the whey, with the pea and a little bit of the rice protein in there, as long as it tastes good. And the performance is all the same. And probably even for people that are lactose intolerant or things like that, that's no worries on any of that. So it's something, and I'll be more vocal about over time. I'm still learning a lot about it, but you're never going to be able to tell people how to eat or anything like that. All I could do is lead by example and show the benefits of it, and then actually do the work. And I found it to be, if I was going to continue to sell the wheys, which I did think about from a business standpoint for the people that like it, but from a personal moral standpoint, it's more important for me to stay true to myself. And as I learn and grow and evolve, and now seeing what's going on, and I'm just choosing not to do it anymore. And I think, no, I think it's everything. I think eating animals is, I think it was always something that happened. I don't think it happened at nearly the frequency it's happening. And when you learn about the other foods on the planet, um, even animals they say that are grass fed and farm raised, and they're eventually slaughtered. So the it's just, they get to live a probably better life for a period before they're killed. And we will never truly know who's doing good and doing wrong on that. Factory farming is a real issue, I feel, on a lot of different reasons. But I am an animal lover. It's something I always ignored. I didn't want to think about it. And once you force yourself to think about it, I do think you start thinking a little differently. And then from a selfish standpoint, I was always concerned about my performance. And when I realized my performance could actually be increased with a plant-based diet with more blood flow, and it just makes sense from a scientific standpoint that with the proper protein, which by the way is not nearly as high as what they tell us, but with adequate protein, and consuming a wide, diverse diet filled with micronutrients, that if you're healthier and your blood flow is improved and the protein is in the system, it only makes sense that your body's going to be running more optimally, which would theoretically, you should build muscle better. And that's exactly what I'm seeing on top of my cardio increasing. So I'm very invested from a performance standpoint, and also though, from a compassion standpoint, and seeing the animals, and that it just, for me, it was a decision I decided to go all the way in on. So. Good to see all of you guys. Again, guys, strawberry banana flavored would be pretty cool. I do think that is a great flavor. I'm going to mark that down. Thank you for the suggestion. Strawberry banana is a great flavor, and I've had that before. And I have a feeling one of the guys I work with that helps me with the flavoring, he did a really good strawberry Pumplex City also. So I know he could do that, because we're going to come out with a grape. I wanted to do the grape first, but the strawberry was amazing too. So he could easily do a strawberry banana, and I think it would actually make it better. Great suggestion. And I look forward to delivering that flavor for you. Free bottle of Shell Shock tonight, guys. Just spend $40 prior to shipping. So the minimum you're going to spend with shipping is $49.99 in total. That's counting shipping. Have this in your cart. Use discount code free Shell Shock, and this will be a $34.99 value yours free tonight, on top of a free beanie and a free face mask, which is, I think the beanies are $14.99 and the face mask, I believe, is the same. So yeah, 50, 60, what is that? 45, 55, 65, about just under $65 in free stuff tonight. So. Okay, now you're just being an asshole with the strawberry banana chocolate. You're real. That's a little too much. No. So great question, wannabe. On do you have to consume more plant-based protein to get the same amount as the whey? With other protein powders, and especially like hemp proteins, they have a big ass scoop and the shaker bottle. I'm not even joking, because I usually like to get between 60 and 80 grams on a protein shake. My shaker bottle, when I was doing a hemp protein when I first started, which by the way tasted like absolute ass, was filled to the top. And I like put just this little bit of water and nothing happened. I go, well, this isn't going to work, because the scoops were like, oh, they're so damn big. And it was also the hemp protein I got was filled with fiber. I was getting like 40 grams of fiber in the protein shake. And oh, it was just a horrible situation. And that was one of the first plant proteins that I go, this sucks. Who's going to drink this shit? So no, but on the I So Hungry, it's the exact same scoop. And that's the cool part. It's the same consistency as the ways. And where I from what I know, we're going to be, I haven't seen another company that has that texture yet. So I'm really excited to get these out. Any advice on increasing shoulder mobility exercises? I don't know what your situation is. What I have found, though, is specifically for me and from people I've talked to, that a lot of times when we have limitations in our body, it's from inflammation and scar tissue. So I found my body is loosened up tremendously, especially like in my hips and legs and my back. And my shoulders, all scar tissue, which is, I mean, every day breaking up more and more. And the range of motion is so good compared to what it used to be as I continue to get deep in there and break up more. But when I went full vegan, because dairy and meat, dairy's really bad actually with this, increases inflammation a lot in your body. So I noticed after a couple of weeks, the morning back pain that I had, the tightness in my groin, and because I'd had the groin injury many years ago wrestling, so it always was just a little extra tight. It's all gone. And even when I get my body worked on, they go, you're really flexible outside of some limitations still with my right shoulder, with my good arm and my legs and my hips. And that I don't do a lot of stretching anymore. I used to stretch all the time, and it actually was hurting me. And I go, specifically, if you're not stretching to be flexible for like a performance, like Cirque du Soleil or something like that, it could be very detrimental, especially for like powerful people. And I do a lot of heavy lifting where you want your muscle fibers and things to be able to recruit and not be elongated. And I go, man, I was my own worst enemy when I started doing more stretching and yoga. It was really hurting me. And I feel, like I said, I've cut back on it. I'll do active warm-ups now, and I feel a lot better. Good to see all of you guys. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate for wishing the best. Somebody wished me earlier on Twitter saying that he hopes my supplement company fails miserably, also like my wrestling career. And I just block. But I think I put about a thing, thank you. And we just had our best year yet during the pandemic, but thank you. I'm like, man, people suck. I love Kane. Kane's a great guy. Not a big weed guy, man. No, I've done it. It's not my thing. I'm not productive on it. It makes me anxious, paranoid to a degree. And I'm so happy without it. And that, like I said, I will prefer to do some red wine, usually a few nights a week. And by that, it's just a little bit. And to that mentally really relaxes me. It actually helps me sleep even deeper too. But I always I take breaks from it. Like it's been a few whatever days now already where I just don't I'm really big on that because it's easy to sometimes. I recommend it to people to just test yourself on certain things. Like if you're a big caffeine drinker, don't do caffeine for a day and just see because it builds up in your body when you build confidence in being able to control yourself and especially with our food and our habits and our what we consume, like alcohol, things of that nature. If you're a big smoker, just stop for one day. It's going to suck. It's actually, but just if you've thought about quitting, just go one day. Know that you can make it one day, and that if you could do that over and over again, it actually gets really easy. And I say that from a chewing tobacco standpoint of being addicted to nicotine many years ago. That once you get past that initial phase and where it's talking to you that you need it and you're attached to it, all of a sudden you're so much happier without it. But and I've been through it. It was one of the most difficult things. And I've done it multiple times. I've been off it now for I can't even so many years. I was like, I can't believe I used to do that, but it was more of a wrestling thing to kind of kill nerves, and you just on the road driving all the time. A lot of wrestlers do it, which doesn't make it right, but you just kind of pick up bad habits here and there, and that was kind of the lesser of all the evils. I felt like, even though it's not. Thank you, Tony, very much for the compliment on the supplements. Thank you. Charles, if you have bad knees, our 1-2-3 muscle joint tendon formula is going to be in stock. It's for pre-sale right now. You can grab that though with the January 20 discount if you want to get a discount on it. And it will ship out as soon as it's in stock. Our brain feed also, guys, just shipped out today. So that will be in stock Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It will probably be back in stock on the weekend and shipping out for Monday. For people on that for the brain feed as well. Thank you very much. A lot of fun that match. That was at Brooklyn against the Shield. Greatly appreciated. I got my last stem cells in February, guys, and then I got to give them a little time. And I talked to the school here about getting into their building and using their ring and getting some people to work with, to roll around with. Once I'm get this shoulder really comfortable, like it's good, but I want to get it really good, and then we'll go from there and see. I'll see how I feel. We'll see what the situation with the pandemic is. And we'll see what the options are. I last had hair in Ohio Valley Wrestling, as far as having longer hair, shaved head after that, and Skip Sheffield had. I kept a little bit of hair with Skip Sheffield to have a little friendlier look, and then once Skip went Nexus, that's when I went fully bald to look a little meaner. And then kept it as I transitioned back to Ryback. I've always enjoyed being a babyface. Being a heel is fun, but yeah, that was because of the situation. It did not feel good, and it was, and we've talked about it. So, but you do what is asked of you when you're under contract. You're not really in a position not to do it. So. Unless you could leave, which I eventually did, and let the contract run out and got my injuries fixed with my ear and nose. But Evan, welcome, new member. Bangladesh, good evening. Guys, we're doing a discount tonight. Free bottle of Shell Shock, discount code free Shell Shock. You just got to spend $40 prior to shipping on feedmemore.com. All orders under $40 will be automatically canceled. Raymond, very cool. That's how you do it. It's just, I'm not going to tell you guys, like, oh, stop eating meat. I'm just going to share my experiences with you. I read a lot. I listen to a lot of books. I process a lot of information. I know that I feel better than I've ever felt. I feel myself actually getting younger. And I think I've seen my performance and my cardio recovery time tremendously improve. So thank you, Chad. I did find, by the way, the person I accidentally blocked yesterday, they reached out and I was able to get them unblocked. So it made me very happy. I appreciate that comment on being a natural baby face. I think that's why there's a portion that just love to hate me. There's no way that guy could be nice. There's no way he has to be an asshole. Piece of shit. Man, we got a lot of we'll go ahead. Thank you very much, Tactical Fitness. I love to hear it, man. I don't understand the shout outs, but here you go. James Mergen's shout out. Good to see you guys. Thank you for joining me. That's like the happy birthday. You tell one person happy birthday, and then you got a million requests. Thank you very much, Bart. Hello, hello. Big Show was not that difficult to pick up. Don't get me wrong. It's not like easy. He's very good with his body weight. He can jump very well. He's as good as anybody with controlling his body weight. He's the best big guy at controlling his body weight, and it's not as difficult with how he's built. He's proportioned very well for a giant, and he doesn't let it was. But don't get me wrong. It was still. It's not like you're picking up 400 and something, 500-pound giant. It's a little bit of pressure on that. You remember Brock fell with him once. Brock fell straight back. Me and Big Show on a live event. There was only one time, and I wrestled him a lot. We weren't in sync, and I don't know if he went to jump right before I went, and he was coming down as I went to pick him up, and we and I go, oh, 1, 2, 3, and then we went right up, and he went up even easier than all the other times. Place went nuts. So he's really good, man. Yeah, the Cornet. I don't pay too much attention to him, guys. I think if you follow me, a lot of things gets taken out, and he's has had a vendetta against me for the reasons I'll never know, because he lied about things and I stuck up for myself, and then I'm the bad guy on the situation. So it's let's be honest, so he hates everything. So I'm honored that I'm on the list. Good to see all of you guys. Everyone that knows me in wrestling, that we laugh, they go, "Why you're so hated by that portion?" I go, "I know." If we laugh, they're like, "You're the nicest guy." I go, "Yeah, I don't know. I don't." It's all you can do is laugh. People, always want to be angry and be distracted. And my good buddy Kalen Croft, who used to be one half of the Dude Busters with Trent Beretta, he goes, he just laughs. He goes, I think everyone's just threatened by you. And they just want to see you fail. I go, yeah, it's very possible. It's very possible. But I try to not be as threatening to people, but I also don't put up with any shit. So I'm not afraid. I think that oftentimes if people can't get their way with you, then they get offended. So it is what it is. People need a reason to be mad. I look for reasons to try to be happy. So thank you for ordering, guys. Good to see all of you guys. Welcome the Twitch people at Ryback Rules. I'm sorry about that. We will be doing more specials though, guys. I like to do these little giveaways. This sale ends at midnight Pacific tonight, guys. Just spend $40 prior to shipping on feedmemore.com. Free bottle of our #1 bestseller, Shell Shock Extreme Fat Burner, guys. I'm just going to go down the list. Vitamin B6, B12, pantothenic acid, N-acetyl L-carnitine, apple cider vinegar, Asian ginseng, green coffee extract, matcha green tea, ginger root, cayenne pepper, acai juice, choline, a small amount of caffeine, theobromine, and black pepper extract to help with absorption on that, guys. This is, I'm telling you, I have never ever seen another fat burner, and I feel like every supplement company is going to say we have the best supplements on the planet. Just try them, and then go try other supplement companies. And I'm very confident you're going to come back to us because it actually works and it's actually healthy for you. So I'm in very close shape, John, to what I was wrestling. I will say there is a difference. I was just flexing in the mirror I took a hot shower just right before I came down here. I like to reset at night after a hard workout and of getting freaking jacked. And the only difference is the amount of weight that I am able to lift, and not that I'm not able to lift it, that I still lift lighter on certain things as I'm healing the rest of my shoulder and getting rid of that scar tissue so that the movement is not grinding on certain things, which is night and day. Like I used to not be able to do a hammer strength after I first got the first scope on this in the first stem cells. They cleaned it all out. And this was years ago. And I remember I went and did a wrestling appearance, and it was my first workout that I was allowed to do after the procedure. So I was in the gym. I literally had a 5-pound plate on the hammer strength press, chest press. My shoulder was grinding on 5 pounds, where now I could throw 4 or 5 plates on that and lift it. And I control myself with it still. But I mean, we've come a long ways. But typically, so in not being a steroid user in the sense of not I'm on TRT and HRT, and while in WWE on TRT as well on that, where I'm in the normal ranges, but I had to lift really heavy weight to keep my muscle thickness. And because muscle grows with stimulation, and I've always been blessed to be really strong by what you would consider strong standards. So it allowed me to build a lot of muscle, and also I've always had a high appetite. And with a clean diet, it takes a lot of work though. And it was a lot of stress on that. So I would say I could tell in like my shoulders and my chest, they are significantly improved from years ago now. And my weight is roughly the same as I'm heavier than certain points in even WWE. My legs are still awesome, and that my legs are very lean. I think that I think I'm very close. And so, and that I'm in a very good position because every week it gets a little better. And I think from in months away and with all this and the last stem cells, like I'm very confident that when I'm back eventually, it's going to, hopefully I want people to say he's better than he's ever been. He looks better than he's ever been. He looks younger than he's ever been. He looks rejuvenated and he's happy. And I really think, and because I am, and I know some people will say he's bitter, he's angry. I'm not. I just speak the truth because I went through a lot of screwed up stuff, and I want wrestling to be better for the talent, and which is why it saddened me that kind of the whole thing with the Fox thing and the sarcastic tweet I feel has been taken with vicious intent in a way from a guy that's been in the business 16 years and has been injured and has explained this so many times and defended it, and that got taken in a different way. But I know why it's happening, and I had to be quick. And I put out a thing on Twitter today because Booker T actually put out a really good. I love Mark, man, and Mark went the wrong route with this and made this personal because it's tied into WWE. Where I felt like Booker gave me an opportunity to kind of I apologize to the people I offended because Booker didn't insult me. Booker didn't lie and do some other things. Booker just spoke openly and honestly and just said, and I understand that from the veterans, and I've always been respectful. So it was a sarcastic tweet to a company with Fox and WWE they have legal issues with, and they're going out of their way. And a lot of the guys don't understand what's actually going on. And I've got the paperwork showing them wanting my social media. Like, I'm not making this stuff up, and I don't think anyone really is acknowledged the injuries. I certainly haven't seen it. That like I had like I've said, how many times have you guys heard me talk about it? And look at the comments. People are like, "You coming back? Why aren't you wrestling right now?" It's not because the story's not being told on a big enough scale. And so I think that, I was really happy when Booker gave his thoughts on it, because I felt like it gave me an opportunity to go, you know what? I can understand by using that and using the word fake on that, and it's not a word that I normally use on that, even though I think this generation of wrestlers, I've seen others joke around about it. And again, it was sarcastic, but I go, it's been turned into this where it was like, and when that Busted Open show put out the clip that I attacked the wrestling industry, people are reacting to the news, not actually what's really going on. And so if they don't follow and they're not keeping up, it's just really easy to get angry. And they, oh, what a piece of shit, he's turning his back on. No, I speak up for it every chance I get. I'm against WWE on many things. I do talk good about them on certain things. I'm against a lot of what they're doing, and with my personal experience that none of the other guys truly understand. And it's not creative. It was from a legal thing, and with them, and I've talked about it. So, when you're red hot and they threaten to fire you before you've made any money if you don't drop a multi-million-dollar lawsuit because they don't want to look bad in it, and then they screw you over, and then they cut your money in half, and then you know what I mean? There's a lot that's into this. So, and then that played out creatively on a lot of things, but people like to be upset and complain. And like I said, I a guy that has a lot going for him, and a lot of people, I'm in great shape. I think people, I've always been good at everything I've done. I feel picked up relatively easy. That maybe from an industry standpoint, that maybe people are threatened. I don't know. So I just nipped it in the butt, take the gun out of their hands, and leave it at that. And I apologized on it. If anyone in wrestling, not to WWE, but wrestlers and in wrestling, which I've talked to enough people, which they weren't, but for whatever reason, one was, and with very vile intent, very, very vile personal intent. That there will be a conversation, I'm sure, at some point with all of that was lies, and I will have no problem saying that, and I will tell him that. So I rolled the punches. Oh man, I've overcome so much. I was just like, feed me more. Good to see all of you guys. Oh, we got a super chat here. I don't want to miss it. Brett says, hey man, what would you recommend for an energy boost? Maybe something to add to the daily diet to replace energy drinks. Also not a huge coffee person. Or wake up unlimited energy, please, on this. And this is what you are looking for on that. And that with these could be stacked together as well. So if you get this and throw on, like I said, like a shaker bottle or a towel or a wristband or a face mask, something I can get it over $40, and then use code free Shell. Or if you just want the Wake Up Unlimited Energy, you can use discount code January 20 to save 20%. But read the product page on this. You will not be disappointed. There is no crash with it. It's calorie free, sweet with stevia and monk fruit, and no artificial colors as well. I drink the pink lemonade more often. I do all three flavors, though. I love all three flavors, which is why I came out with those flavors. But they all sell equally, I would say, across the board. It's just a personal preference of what you like. We got Swaggy Duck. Thank you very much. I am Ryback. Always interesting to see the people. Me and one of my buddies were talking about it. I go, they all look the same though. And then he goes, I swear bots are messaging you. He goes, I just see these people with no followers. He's like Orton Lover 007695484. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Thank you very much, King. I appreciate it, man. Very grateful. Very grateful. George, vegan food being highly processed, so outside of eating fruits and vegetables and things of that nature, even eating a package of seeds are processed in the fact that they're packaged, and whether shells are taken off or whatnot. You want to usually the less processing, the better. I'm going to present you with this that you're eating like the vegan meats, the Beyond Meat and things of that nature, that it's processed plant ingredients. So like the ingredients are just so much better. It's not, that's why I kind of laugh when I see that. I go, I mean, it's yes, everything can be processed to a degree, but even that with the vegan diet, you don't have to eat that stuff to get all the protein. It just makes it a little more easy and convenient. And there's, stuff like seitan and that has 23 grams of protein per scoop. There's so many different things that you can get all your protein. And once you realize that and learn the protein foods, you'll see your energy increase. It really is a beautiful thing. And your complexion gets a little better. You get a little sparkle in your eye. And I just think you gotta give it time and try it yourself though. I appreciate being a PG legend. Thank you. I see that often. Thank you very much, King. I remember that. We both were red hot there. Yeah, people are going to talk. There's going to be a lot of people responding to things. That's why I put out the thing, just nip it in the butt. Everyone's going to want the clicks. We live in a world, and that's why I kind of, the deal with Mark, and it sucks because you think you get along with someone and never had any issues. You would think if there was like an issue that bothered you, you could just pick up the phone or send a message. He looks at my Instagram all the time. He always was checking on everything. Why? I don't know if he really, because he clearly doesn't like me, right? Based off what you could, those are very hateful words, which it doesn't bother me. But but he did it on a show that exposes the business. He could have just, picked up the phone or sent a message and like, hey man, what are you doing? What do you mean by this? We could have had a very simple conversation. Instead, it's not that he wants an apology. He wanted to insult me and lie on top of it with what WWE is forcing out to dirt sheets. And they're putting out a lot of lies. And they have been. There's companies that I see stuff every day. I'm like, I didn't say that. They're putting stuff out there. And I go, how do you stop that? All I can do is just be real and give you guys content. And then if you follow me, you just know like, okay. And then once you see it, you'll go, you can see the BS. Let's see what we got here. Bob, the big guy in Shell Shock, Age of the Keyboard Warrior. That's a hell of a name. If I don't have any issues with testosterone, should I decrease on the big guy supplements? No, I would know. It would be good to know your total and free testosterone though prior. But if you don't have any issues, you're not gonna do yourself any harm. What you're gonna see is an increase in your testosterone and your libido, and you're probably going to be very happy with that. And if you have a significant other, they probably will as well. And the big guy also has a natural Cialis Viagra in it with an ingredient called Butea superba that I stumbled across many, many years ago. It was in, what the hell did I take that in? And it was amazing. I go, whoa, what is this ingredient? And I wrote it down in my little notebook of ingredients that work. And it went into the formulation because I go, that's a nice bonus. I don't have any heat with Mark, guys. If there's heat, it's on his end. So I'm done getting mad at things. I know what I meant, and I know enough, and I've been in the business my entire adult life. But like I said, I put out the apology for people that want to be offended, and I think it kind of got a sarcastic tweet got spun in a way to take my disdain for WWE and put it into the wrestling industry as I'm getting ready to come back conveniently. But I'll own up and say it that way, take the gun out of their hand and continue doing what I'm doing. Sloppy Joe. Again, guys, we are doing tonight a free bottle of my Shell Shock Extreme Fat Burner, our #1 bestseller with Feed Me More Nutrition. Use discount code free Shell Shock. $40 minimum in your cart. All orders under $40 will be automatically canceled in our system. Add this to your cart. Your minimum order should be $49.99 with the $9.99 shipping. Orders over $125 get free shipping, domestic shipping on that. So if you do have a bigger order and just want to get that, use code free Shell Shock. We also, if you don't want the bottle, guys, we're giving 20% off for January with discount code January 20. And you also get the upgrade with any of these codes when it pops up for the free beanie and face mask as well. So check that out. This all ends at midnight Pacific tonight. I appreciate you guys all coming in. I'm going to try to do these a lot more often, as they're a lot of fun, and it's very I like talking about supplements. I like talking about nutrition, and I'm not always going to get to your questions, obviously, all of them, but hopefully I can get to them over time, and I'm always open to learning, and I see people make suggestions at times, and I think it's a good way to just kind of have a little powwow and also do cool sales. And I increase sales for my company, and you guys get free products, so it's a win-win for everybody. But all right, guys, let's have a good night and try to be good humans more often than not. I'll see you next time. Feed me